Vidala. It is Friday, September 18th. I am here to be your MBFF, your Muslim best friend forever, if you don't have one. More importantly, though, 46 days until the most important election of our lives. But early voting has already begun in 4 states today: Minnesota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Virginia. People are lined up in Virginia, long lines. People want to vote, and I can tell you this, and it's why I say stay angry. I can assure you the people on those lines waiting are angry. They're not angry at Joe Biden. They're angry at Donald Trump, because this weekend we will likely hit the solemn number of over 200,000 Americans dead. As of right now, 198,000, a little over 200 are dead by COVID, per the Johns Hopkins website. It's likely by Sunday, if not Monday, we will reach this horrific number of 200,000 dead. And it didn't have to be this way. But here's the worst part. Trump is still making it worse. He's still undermining doctors and health professionals on wearing masks. He's still holding a rally like he did last night in Wisconsin with people on top of each other. No masks. They should just call these pro-COVID rallies, because Trump is now in favor of COVID. We have never seen this. And, people call up sometime my show and they'll say, well, what would Biden have done differently? Countless things, from policy to words, from not lying to the American people, not telling Bob Woodward on February 7th, like Donald Trump did, that the virus was at least 5 times more lethal than the flu, and then go lie to the American people over and over, saying it's just like the flu. 2 things like using the Defense Production Act. Joe Biden, in an open letter and in media coverage in March, called for Donald Trump to use the Defense Production Act, which simply gives the power to the president to command by federal power to have private companies build things in need in a time of emergency, such as testing kits. Donald Trump in March could have directed companies around this country to build home testing kits. So right now, we would have kits where we can test at home, like they do at a doctor's office. I was at yesterday, 15-minute testing. We could do that at home, and then you could certify that you were just tested. Think about how that could have saved lives, and think about how that could help our economy reopen much quicker and much safer, because every restaurant could be open if you show them, I just did a test and I came back negative. Or they could do a test right at the restaurant, 15-minute wait. You're negative, come on in. Think about how everything would have been different, but Trump didn't use the Defense Production Act. And what we're seeing is the Trump COVID cover-up continue, and we're finding more about the COVID cover-up as media reports show us what's been going on in the past. Today we learned from the Washington Post that the U.S. Post Office in the spring, in April, was going to send out 5 masks to every American. 5 masks to everyone. They had the press release ready. We never saw this. It got an organization, a watchdog group, just got the emails and the internal memos and published them. Someone stopped them. Who do you think that is? Donald Trump. Donald Trump said today, I don't know who stopped him. Trump runs everything. He knows everything that's going on. We know that from the Bob Woodward phone call on February 7th. He gets it all. To have 5 masks for every person would have required to use the Defense Production Act. Again, Republicans, like Trump, don't like to use the power of the government to make corporations do things. They just like to use the power of the government to give corporations tax cuts so the wealthy get richer and give them donations in return. We also found out today that Trump's handpicked buddy at Michael Caputo, who was involved in CDC messaging, has no background in medical stuff whatsoever. He was slamming internally people at the CDC who were going on TV and warning that we should be wearing masks. And there is Caputo slamming, going, who gave these people permission to go on TV and say this stuff? This stuff is the truth. This stuff was to protect people, to save lives. Now, he just stepped down Wednesday, leave of absence, because he went on an unhinged rant last weekend saying scientists at the CDC want to kill him and calling for Trump supporters to be ready for an armed insurrection to keep him in power. And we also learned something else about the CDC, and I think this explains a lot. You might recall in August, the CDC changed their guidelines out of the blue, no longer saying that there should be testing for asymptomatic people, even if you've come in close contact with someone who tested positive. It was stunning. Even Dr. Fauci criticized it. Doctors across the board criticize it. Why would you not want to do testing of people who are asymptomatic when 40 to 50% of the people who get COVID are asymptomatic but can transmit it? And if you're in contact with someone who's got the virus, of course you should be tested. But for some reason in August, that mandate, that guideline was changed. Well, I think Caputo being pushed out resulted in today the CDC reversing course, which is actually a good thing, saying now there should be testing of people who are asymptomatic, especially if you come in contact with people who have COVID-19 that tested positive. It is remarkable we have someone in the White House who's done everything he can to keep us less safe, find out less about how many people are sick, do less tracing, not use the Defense Production Act, all because Trump thought his reelection is helped by us not knowing the full scope of what's going on, so the economy never would have closed. This is the world we're living in. So Trump's got nothing left. So today he's just tweeting out lies, saying Joe Biden failed at handling H1N1 during the Obama-Biden administration. Just so it's clear, let's talk about the facts. The H1N1 flu outbreak that happened was a pandemic in 2009, 2010. It was pretty bad. A little over 12,000 Americans died. That's heartbreaking. What a contrast to 200,000 Americans dying. And estimates are we will lose another 200,000 American lives between now and January. There was also an outbreak, Ebola outbreak, 2014, 2015. Only 2 Americans died on U.S. soil because President Obama with Joe Biden did the right thing. Bottom line, Obama-Biden succeeded. Donald Trump failed. That's the man in the White House. He's got nothing left but lies. It'll be this weekend or it'll be Monday. We'll reach 200,000. And I hope the media takes a moment to talk about the lives lost, to talk about these people as not just numbers, but as loved ones, as someone's mother and father, as someone's brother or beloved uncle or aunt, as someone's school teacher or hockey coach, as someone's friend. Many, many people have lost people to COVID. We've lost more police officers to COVID this year than we have in the line of duty. We've lost doctors and nurses. We've lost people who were first responders on 9/11 whose health was compromised to this virus. I lost 3 people I knew. One of them was a childhood friend that I grew up with in Paramus, New Jersey. His young children, his young 2 sons, have no dad. These are the stories we need to hear about. This is a human tragedy. Donald Trump doesn't care. If you want more of this, you know who you vote for, Donald Trump. If you want someone who's going to follow the science, who's going to use the Defense Production Act, save lives, and importantly, have empathy and compassion for those who have lost loved ones, Joe Biden's the only person. It's a sad weekend for us. It'll be a sad, if not over the weekend, it'll be Monday, over 200,000 dead Americans. We are close to the number of Americans who died on the battlefield in World War II. That's how horrific this is. So thanks for tuning in to my little preview. Tonight, my show is, of course, live every night, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. on Sirius XM, channel 127, Progress. And if you don't subscribe, just go to the website, check it out. There's always free trials there. Thanks for tuning in to the Dino Bidala's preview.